Keir Starmer has just been dealt the kind of blow no Prime Minister wants to face. It's a development that not only humiliates his leadership but threatens to shatter the very image his party has spent years carefully constructing. This isn't a minor stumble on the path, it's a collapse. What's more shocking is the party that's overtaken him, and what it could mean for Labour's future. Buckle up, because what comes next could change the very fabric of British politics. A poll from More in Common has delivered the devastating news: Labour has plummeted to third place nationally. That's right, third. Only 21% of voters would back Starmer's Labour Party if a general election were held today. That's a dramatic plunge from the nearly 34% who chose Labour at the last general election, and even a significant drop from earlier this year, when Labour was riding high atop the polls. The survey, carried out between June 13 and 16 with a sample of 1,132 voters, paints a bleak picture for the party. Labour now trails behind both the Conservatives and Reform UK, the latter of which has surged to the front. How did it come to this? Reform UK, led by the ever-controversial Nigel Farage, has been gathering momentum since late April, steadily climbing in the polls. Their message is clearly resonating with a growing number of voters disillusioned with the traditional parties. Richard Tice, Reform UK's deputy leader, didn't hesitate to call the poll another great result for Reform, and he's not wrong. If these numbers were reflected in an actual general election, the consequences would be nothing short of seismic. Electoral Calculus, a respected seat projection tool, predicts that Reform UK would narrowly secure a two-seat majority in the House of Commons if the current polling were translated into votes. Labour, meanwhile, would face an unprecedented collapse, dropping from 411 seats in summer 2023 to just 129. That's not just a loss, that's an electoral landslide against them. Some of Labour's most high-profile figures would lose their seats, including Chancellor Rachel Reeves, Deputy Leader Angela Rayner, Home Secretary Yvette Cooper, and Energy Secretary Ed Miliband. All projected to be replaced by Reform UK candidates. These numbers are more than just statistics, they reflect deeper political tensions that have been simmering for months. Labour's recent strategy has focused heavily on challenging the meteoric rise of Reform UK. In late May, Starmer visited the Glass Futures facility in St Helens, using the opportunity to launch a direct attack on Farage's economic plans. He likened them to the disastrous, short-lived economic approach of Liz Truss, warning that Farage's promises were nothing but unfunded fantasies. But rather than halting Reform's momentum, the attack seemed to backfire. Reform UK's then-chairman Zia Yousaf brushed off Starmer's criticisms, declaring that Labour was simply panicking as it watched Reform pull ahead in the polls. This is not just a blip. Multiple polling institutions are now reporting that Labour's lead over Reform UK has evaporated, not just in one survey but across the board. Labour finds itself squeezed on both sides, hemmed in by a resurgent Conservative Party and outflanked by Reform UK's populist insurgency. Unless something dramatic changes, this could mark the beginning of a much wider collapse in voter confidence for Labour as the country approaches the next election. Meanwhile, as the political drama unfolds, other crises are intensifying. On the French coast, smugglers have changed their tactics, offering taxi boat crossings at record low prices. The numbers are staggering: over 16,000 migrants have crossed the Channel so far this year, a 40% increase over last year. Albanian crime gangs are now offering crossings for just £2,000 per person, the lowest price since 2002. The UK government is scrambling to respond, but critics claim it's not enough. Migrants from Africa describe harrowing journeys, facing violence, tear gas, and the constant threat of drowning. For many, the UK is still seen as an El Dorado, a land of hope, even as the journey grows more dangerous with every passing week. As the storm clouds gather over both Westminster and the Channel, one thing is clear: Britain stands at a crossroads. The political certainties of the past are crumbling. New forces are rising, old alliances are shifting, and the future of the country has never felt more uncertain. Will Labour find a way to claw back lost ground? Will Reform UK surge prove lasting or fleeting? And can any party get a grip on the growing migration crisis before it spirals further out of control? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: whatever happens next, It's bound to be extraordinary.